Hey everyone, it's Steve from the garden. Well, it's the beginning of April and it's time to get the warm season seeds started. So we're going to kick off with getting the tomatoes started today. And I got some flowers I'm going to go into the same tray because I'm not going to be using the entire tray just for tomatoes. So let's go ahead and get started and see what we're planting. First up is going to be the San Marzanos. Now I actually need like 6 plants for these. Except I'm going to start I'm going to start 10, and that way I can choose the best 6 when I go to plant them in the garden. And I do have someone who wants any extras I'm going to have, so any that I don't use will go to that person. So these are the seeds I saved from last year. So I'll just go ahead and drop 2 or 3 in each one. And that should kind of get me all the San Marzanos I need. Next up will be a variety called Britain's Breakfast. Now I got this from Steve at Digwell Grain Fingers over in the UK. So this is kind of like a cherry type tomato or maybe like a grape tomato. Never grown it before, so we'll see what that looks like. After that will be fresh salsa. Now this is a determinate variety. It's very meaty and very good for either making diced tomatoes or for making some salsa, which I certainly do every year. Now these seeds are a little on the old side, so I'll start a few extra and then I can just thin them out. If I grow this variety again next year, I'll have to buy some new seeds, I think, because I said these ones are probably 3 to 4 years old. After that comes Torringina. Now these seeds are particularly small. Now this is a cherry tomato that's very similar to Sun Gold, but it doesn't split quite as easy. The seeds are a little bit pricey, but these seeds are from last year as far as first time I grew them. They were pretty good, so we're going to grow them again. I actually only need 1 of these, but I'm going to start 2 cells, and I have a person that will take the extra if it comes through. Then I got Summer Pick. Summer Pick is a determinate slicing tomato. Now these seeds are pelleted. So I'm going to just do 2 of these. These seeds are from last year, I believe. I take that back. These seeds are from 2020. So they're a little on the older side, but I have had good germination with them in the past. And now I need 1 plant for them this year. So by starting 2 cells, I should have enough for that. After that, it's going to be Red Snapper. These are also pelleted seeds. Now Red Snapper is another determinate slicer. It's supposed to be good for making diced tomatoes. So we're going to grow 2 of those, but I'll start 3 cells. And I'm sure I can give away an extra if I need it. I'm also going to start some more basil. So this is just the regular Italian basil. It's been probably like 6 weeks or 7 weeks since I started my first planting of basil. So adding a second planting, these are kind of pick up as the original planting of basil drops off. I do have one other variety I'm going to be planting for tomatoes. And that's one called Speckled Roman. I thought I had ordered the seeds, but I don't have them. So I had to order them, well, today. So they'll come in sometime this week, and then when they do, I'll stick them over in these cells here. I'm going to be growing 3 of these, but I'll start 4 cells. For the flowers I'm going to be growing this year, this is just a subset of what they are, but I did get a variety that's supposed to attract butterflies. It's called Starlight Echinacea, and it's like a purple cone flower. These seeds have kind of an unusual shape to them. I don't know if you've ever seen these before. But I'll start 6 of these plants, and I'll just drop a couple seeds in each cell. So we'll grow out 6 of those. After that, I'm going to grow some feathered celosia. This one's called Hippie Tie-Dye. It's supposed to be a variety of different colors. Now these seeds are really small, so I'll have to just kind of tap these in, I think. And I'll have to make my little divot here a little bit less deep. Because as small as these seeds are, they're not going to be able to take coming out through a bunch of soil. These are similar in size to the celery seeds. Start with 6 of those. And the last flower I'm going to be growing in this tray is something I've been wanting to grow for a couple years. And this is a cardinal flower, which is like a climbing flower. And these will attract hummingbirds. These seeds are fairly large and they're black. So I'll just start a couple seeds in each cell and we'll see if we can get 3 of them to grow. Went and covered up all the seeds. I had to be really careful with covering up those feathered celosia. Those seeds are so small, same with the basil. Those seeds are really small, so I didn't really do much more than kind of like ruffle the surface a little bit and tap it down, just so that the seeds make good contact with the soil. I will go through and water these in, then I will put them up on my grow shelf upstairs on a heat mat. Now the flowers probably don't need the heat mat, but the tomatoes definitely do, and it's much warmer upstairs than it is down here in the basement. Then later this week, when the speckled Roman tomato seeds come in, I will go ahead and add that last row, put the tag in, and get those set up the same way. Hey, thanks for coming along today. Let me know what varieties of tomatoes you're growing this year by leaving a comment down below. If you have any questions, you can leave me a comment and I'll do my best to answer them. And until next time, I hope you enjoyed, got something out of this, and we'll see you on the next one.